Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I am a registered migration agent at Nationwide Migration and Education. In this video today, I want to give you some updates regarding New South Wales 190 and 491 invitations. I will also be giving you some tips on how you can increase your chances of getting invited by New South Wales for visa subclass 190 or 491 this financial year. So New South Wales had an invitation round for 190 visa subclass on 10th of September, and we have seen a lot of invites at 80 points or above for many occupations. To be considered for a New South Wales invitation, you must be under 45 years of age, need to have competent English, need to have a positive skills assessment in the nominated occupation which is on New South Wales occupation list, need to have minimum of 65 points including the state points. So at the moment, New South Wales has got more than 250 occupations for subclass 190. So once you have met these requirements, you also need to be currently living in New South Wales from the last 3 months, or you need to be currently working in your nominated occupation in New South Wales. So there are a few things that you can do to increase your chances of getting invited by New South Wales for 190 visa. If you're already in New South Wales and if you already have a skills assessment, you may want to look at increasing your points, as New South Wales only invites high-ranking EOIs. If you're already meeting the requirements of 3 months residence, you could also look at getting a job in your nominated occupation to increase your chances of getting invited. Apart from this, it will also depend on how competitive your occupation is. Like I said before, that there were some occupations that were invited at 80 points or above because they were competitive occupations. You also need to consider that this was the first invitation round for this financial year for 190 visa from New South Wales. So as we will see more invitations in the coming months, there is a possibility that the points requirement may go down for many occupations. Now let's talk a little bit about the New South Wales 491. So for the 491, they now have submission windows. So you have to submit your registration of interest in the submission window that they are open. So the first submission window was in August, and all invitations were sent out by 7th of September. So we do have 3 more submission windows. So one will be in October, then in January, and then in March. So again, this was the first invitation round for the 491 visa, and what we have noticed is that the applicants who were currently living and working in regional New South Wales were the ones who got invited. They already started sending invites for the Stream 1 applicants in August itself, so those applicants who were living and working in regional New South Wales and who were working in their nominated occupations from last 12 months. For the applicants who applied under Stream 3, even though you could apply even if you're not residing in regional New South Wales, but what we noticed is that the applicants who were living in regional New South Wales, maybe from 3 months or more, those were the ones who got invited for Stream 3. So there are 2 set of occupation lists. So one is the Stream 1 and the other one is the combined occupation list for Stream 2 and 3. Now to be eligible for New South Wales for their 491 visa nomination, first you need to meet the requirements that are set by the Department of Home Affairs, which is that you need to be under 45 years of age, you need to have competent English, you need to have a valid skills assessment in your nominated occupation, and you need to have a total of 65 points including the state points. So once you have met these requirements, you also need to meet the requirements from one of their streams. So their Stream 1 is living and working in regional New South Wales. So as the stream name suggests, that you need to be living and working in regional New South Wales for a period of 12 months, and they also expect you to be working in your nominated occupation for a period of 12 months before you apply for this stream. Stream 2 is that I have recently completed study in regional New South Wales. So again, as the name suggests, you need to have completed your studies from regional New South Wales provider. The study has to be registered for a minimum of 2 years, and you also need to have completed your studies in the last 24 months. It is also a requirement that you were living in regional New South Wales while you were studying in a regional campus. They also expect that the qualification that you have completed in regional New South Wales is closely related to your nominated occupation. Stream 3, I'm skilled in an occupation required in regional New South Wales. So to be eligible to apply under this stream, you need to have a valid skills assessment in a nominated occupation which is on the New South Wales occupation list. There is no requirement of living in regional New South Wales under this stream as long as you are living in any Australian state or territory. If you are targeting to get invitation for a 491 visa subclass from New South Wales, there are a few things that you can do. So as per their recent round, looks like they are inviting applicants who are already in regional New South Wales. If it is possible for you, you could consider moving to regional New South Wales to increase your chances. Another thing that you could do is that even though there is not a requirement to have a job in your nominated occupation under Stream 3, but if you do happen to get a job in your nominated occupation, again that will increase your chances of getting invited under Stream 3. Please note that the points do not matter for the 491 visa nomination as long as you meet the minimum point requirement of 65 points. I believe what does matter more is that if you're already living in regional New South Wales and if you're already working in your nominated occupation. If you are somebody who is targeting to get invited for 190 or 491 from New South Wales, please get in touch with us and we will be able to help you with the whole process from lodging your expression of interest until the visa decision.
Stay updated about Australia's immigration. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel.